Let's start by getting comfortable. So, whatever that means, you could be sitting on the floor, or on a mat, or on a pillow, or on a chair. You can be laying down, maybe with a pillow behind your knees, a pillow at your neck, sort of supporting your head. Or you could even have a pillow or a folded blanket or even a block under your shoulders, sort of pushing your chest up and out in a supported fish. But whatever position you're in, let's start by just observing your breathing. So, not good, not bad, just it is what it is. Noticing things about the way you're breathing, about the length of your breath. If it's fluid, if it's ragged, if it collects somewhere. If when you follow your breath into your body, it lingers or catches or pulls your attention to a place. And just noticing. Not good, not bad. It just is what it is. As your mind starts to wander, just pull it back to your breathing. It can start to be this cycle of where we're just chasing our mind around, just kind of herding it back towards our breath. It's going to leave, we just bring it back when we remember to and when we're able to. And once we understand this, once we know that our mind is going to wander, we can bring it back. There doesn't have to be any judgment around the wandering. It's a natural thing that our minds do. We don't have to be mad about it. Or we can be mad about it, but just observe that you're mad about it. And now take whatever motion serves you to help deepen your breath. It could be softening your eyes or your jaw. It can be rolling your shoulders up, back, and down. Just maybe some hip circles from a seated position. Just whatever shifts your breath is telling your body to do right now. And from your heart space, I just want you to start to imagine that you're a tree. So you have roots from your heart that go straight down into the ground. Anchoring you in place. And then staying connected to and aware of your breath, start to go down beneath the floor, beneath the foundation, into the rocks and caves and tunnels of the earth. Just exploring what's below you, connecting to what's below you. And what's down there. Rocks and water and dirt and bones and worms and life. And you keep going down. Down, down, down. Down until your roots and your mind start to find the hot, fiery core of the planet, the molten, fluid, liquid center. And just start to sip a little bit of that energy, pulling it back up your roots all the way up through the ground, through the rocks, through the bones, through the water, through the foundation, through the floor, right up into your heart space. It's warm, it's alive, it's expanding. You can feel it start to fill your body. And then start to send a shoot straight up. So from your heart space going out the crown of your head, up, 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 stretching, reaching out into the air above you, into the sky above you. You can start to look down and see yourself as a tiny little dot, and it's just disappearing so fast. You're moving up, 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 and everything is getting smaller. The whole world is just rushing away from your feet. And you can start to see rivers and oceans and the continents and clouds and the sphere of our planet and the moon and the sun and our solar system. You just keep moving out, out, out. And the galaxy and all of its colors and all of the other galaxies, and from this distance it all begins to look like the same thing. It's just circles around shapes. And then come all the way back down to your heart center, all the way back down. Now feeling the balance of having explored below and explored above, and we're just here resting in our heart space. You can imagine that your plant, we have roots and we have shoots and branches now, it starts to flower, whatever kind of flower you'd like. And it has a fragrance, and that fragrance just starts to sort of fill the space around you. Gentle, soft, just sort of floating and lingering and filling the space around you. And from your connection to the earth, to the center of our planet, you can still start to bring up some of that heat, some of that life, and it crystallizes into a jewel at the center of that flower. Reflecting light, shining light, sparkling, and just sort of filling that same space around you with a sense of brightness, lightness, aliveness. And I want to introduce you to 6 people. One of them is yourself. You can always wish good things upon yourself. You can always pray for yourself. It can be yourself in this moment. It can be yourself in the future. If you know that you're going to face something stressful or difficult, you can start to send yourself some compassion and some kindness now in this moment, so when you're facing it later in that moment, you remember that you're your own cheerleader and you've been on your side this whole time. You can also visit yourself in the past, sort of healing some of the past in the present moment right now. Maybe you weren't aware of it at the time, but now you're there cheering yourself on. You're your own cheerleader. You didn't know you were supporting yourself at the time, but you were, because you are now. So that's the first person, one very complicated person. The next 5 people will start with someone who's very easy for you to get along with, very easy for you to love. Someone who doesn't ask much, just sort of unconditional. And the next is someone that it's easy for you to get along with. Someone you like. And then the 4th person is just sort of a neutral neighbor, someone passing you in the supermarket, a car on the road, a bank teller, someone you're relatively indifferent about. And the 5th is someone it's difficult for you to get along with. And the 6th is someone it's very difficult for you to get along with. Someone maybe you even hate or disagree with, someone that really brings up a very strong negative emotional response for you. So of these 6 people, choose one. And imagine for a moment the ways that we're all the same. We have the same sort of goals when we look at everything from very far out, when we look at everything from way out in our galaxy. We really are all the same in a few very simple ways. We all want things to go well for us, and none of us want the troubles and problems of life, but they come, and we're never free of them for very long. So, looking at that person, imagine you're just sort of hovering around them, you're invisible to them, and you're looking at them, and you're seeing their troubles and their sorrows and the things that stress them out and the things that make them feel uncomfortable or fearful or cowardly, the things they don't like about themselves, the things they don't like about their life. Maybe there's things that you know that they are going through, and maybe the rest is just speculation, and you can just see it weighing on them, the weight of their own life. But we know how to take care of this. It's better for us to be able to take their sorrows and their confusion and their pain. We'll take it on us. So we have a flower and the fragrance, we have the jewel and the brightness. And we stand before this person, watching them struggle, and we decide to be brave and relieve them of that suffering. So all of the pain, all of the discomfort, it's in their body like a black cloud. And it's gathering and it's collecting and it's heavy and it's weighing that person down. And then with your breath in, just start to pull some of that black cloud out of that person. It starts to come out of their body, right around their nose, like black smoke. And it starts to drift towards you. And again, we decide that we're going to be brave and we're going to welcome this pain and this suffering. We're going to relieve this person of it. And on your next breath in, see that black cloud leaving that person's body and collecting right in front of your nose. And again, we commit ourselves to be brave. We see that suffering, we see that pain right in front of us, and we are going to take that in so that person can be free and relieved. So on your next breath in, start to drink that black cloud into your nose, and it comes into your body and it starts to head straight for your heart. And right before it touches, that flower blooms, the light bursts, and that black cloud shatters into thousands of sparkling, shining pieces. And all that's left is white light. All that's left is this white smoke that comes out of your body, and it just drifts over to that person with your light and your fragrance, and you see their face relieved. They're at peace. And take a few breaths, continuing this practice, pulling out their troubles and their sorrows, transforming it, and sending back kindness or gratitude or compassion. I like to start with, I give you the gift of giving, this process of us taking away this sorrow and replacing it with something good. That's a great gift. I start giving that person that gift. And then I give you wisdom, I give you strength, I give you stillness, I give you grace, whatever good words you want to fill that person with. And the difference here is that we're not just praying for this person. It's not just magical thoughts where we think that by this meditative exercise, this person is going to be relieved of all of the bad things that are uncomfortable for them in their lives. This is a practice in reducing our sense of territoriality. So no matter who it is, someone we love, someone we hate, someone we don't really care about, ourselves, we just recognize the humanity in everyone, these underlying things that connect us all about how we want our lives to go well, about how we don't want problems and trouble. It doesn't matter which category this person falls into, any of those 6. We're all the same in those ways. And so we practice here being brave, and then maybe one day we act on it. One day we pick up someone else's trash. One day we let someone go before us, or we hold a door, or we bite our tongue before something comes out that we know could be hurtful. Reducing our sense of territoriality. Reducing our sense that what is bad is yours and what is good is mine. This is the reverse of this process. And when you feel like this process is not working, you breathe that in. And when you feel like this process is working, you breathe that out. And we'll end here. Just leaving off, continuing this breath, this taking of what is bad and giving of what is good. You can practice it wherever you are right now. You can practice it anonymously through the day, just stealing little bits of pain, little bits of struggle or confusion or frustration, and just anonymously giving something good in its place. You can practice this every time you remember it.